A British woman who bribed officials to return to the UK whilst on parole in Peru for drug offences says 5 other women have used the same method to get home. Lillian Allen had been jailed for 8 years in 2011 for trying to smuggle 7 kilograms of cocaine out of Peru. She was released on parole in 2014 and was supposed to remain in the country until 2018. But now she's home. She claims she's just one of a number of British women who have paid corrupt airport police in Peru to help them get out of the country. She spoke to our reporter Peter Coulter.
I have never proved I'm innocent. I can't. You have to say you're guilty to get a shorter sentence. I always said I never wanted another girl to come in from my country. I actually went to Peru on a holiday. The drugs was put in my bag and they got away. I never seen no drugs, I never smelt no drugs, nothing. It was given me as gifts. It was ladies' handbags and it was manufactured inside the lining. So you couldn't see anything, you couldn't smell anything. Man tapped me on the shoulder. "Are you a tourist?" I said, "Yeah." He says, "Is your name Lillian?" I said, "Yes." He says, "Could you come with me?" I said, "Yeah." He took me down to the wee room. "Are they your suitcases?" I said, "Yes." He says, "Do you mind opening them?" I opened the 2 suitcases. He was looking through them. Then he lifted the bags out. He cut one. Some stuff fell out. He took another bag, cut. More stuff fell out. 3 bags was cut. Almost 7 kilo of cocaine. And I was told not to go innocent, because if you go innocent, it can take up to 2-3 years to get a court date, because it has to go to a high court. So I was told, just say you accept.
You pleaded guilty. What sentence were you given?
I was given 8 years, which automatically goes down to 6 years, 8 months.
You went out there, you brought these bags back, you pleaded guilty, you deserve what's coming to you in a way.
Everybody has to make up their own mind, but I know in my heart what happened. So, I mean, it doesn't matter what other people think. I know.
So after you were sentenced, you were taken to Santa Monica prison?
Santa Monica.
What was it like there?
Awful. It was meant to be held for something like 900 people and there was 2,500 in it. We were sleeping on the floors. I slept on the floor for 5.5 months. When we arrived at Ancon, it was absolutely disgusting. It was where the men lived and they didn't clean.
What was it like in the prison when you heard that Michaela McCollum and Melissa Reid had been arrested?
Oh, there was a lot of talk because of the way we were watching the news and the newspapers. So, I mean, we knew what was going on, we could see. The first time I think it was the second day I met them, because they were down the bottom for a while until they came up to us. And when they came up to us, I just told the 2 of them, keep yourselves to yourselves. Don't talk to anybody, you don't need to mix with anybody. There's 2 of you, you're together. Keep it that way.
How were they coping in the prison?
God forbid, it was like they were on holiday. I mean, they had their families coming out 3 and 4 times, you know.
Were they treated differently because of the profile that they had going
Not
in?
when they hit Ancon, the director, which is the governor, he said that there will be no special treatment and no cameras brought in for them.
Whenever you were released from prison, was there help from the consulate?
No. Once you get out of prison, the consulate's finished with you.
So when you left prison, how did you start to go about getting back to the UK?
A few of the girls that got out, they come back for a visit and give the phone number of this person who can help you.
And was that kind of widely known in the prison that there was a way out?
Yeah. There was a lot of people that had just went straight back home. It was $600 for the airport police, and it was $500 for the flight.
Well, that's a substantial amount of money. Where do you get that money from?
Well, my family was sending me money. Like I say, the pound goes a long way. And I was being paid $750 a month. $150 went straight to my fine. And the other $600 I was trying to juggle, save and juggle. My phone, I had the telephone number I'd kept safe that one of the girls had given me, and I phoned him up. I told him that I wanted to get back to England. Could he help me? And he said yes. I went to meet him. He told me that it would be $600. I went to the airport that morning, and 2 airport police took my photo, made me look at them and memorise them, and then they told me what desk to go to.
You're going through customs. You don't have a stamped passport. Are you getting worried at this point?
I was getting worried. He started to look through, open the passport and tell me at the same time. And he says, where are you coming from? I said, Lima, Colombia, from Colombia to London. I says, and now I'm going connection to Birmingham. And he says, but you're on your way out. I says, I'm getting on a bus, and if you don't hurry up, I'm going to miss it. He was still flicking through the passport. Oh, he says, I'm sorry, Mum. He says, off you go, enjoy the rest of your trip. I just went, thank you, God. And went outside, and when I get on that bus, as soon as that bus took off, that's when I cried.
And how many would you say have taken that trip?
4 or 5.
4 or 5 prisoners took that route of coming back into the country?
Yeah.
And would you say there's more coming behind you?
Yeah.
And how many do you think will try coming back that way this year?
Well, if they can't afford to pay their fine, it's the only way they can get out, unless they want to stay.
Technically, you're still on parole from Peru.
Yeah.
So what is every day like here, knowing that you're still on parole?
The first 5 months was okay, but now I'm starting to, not relive it, but you're thinking about it. Like, would the police ever take me back, even though I've been told that no, they won't take me back from here. But could they come and find me and take me back? Because there's no way I'm going back.
Has it ruined your life?
Yeah. It's took 4 years away from my kids. It's took 4 years away from my grandkids. Yeah.
Well, the Peruvian government told us it takes all allegations of corruption seriously and is improving migration controls throughout Peru. The Foreign Office told us we work hard to make sure the welfare of all British nationals imprisoned overseas is protected. We carry out regular visits at least every 3 months for prisoners in Peru and are available for telephone contact. You can watch and share that film by visiting our programme page, bbc.co.uk/Victoria.